In today's episode of the Motorhome Matt Podcast,
we ask you to ask us some of your questions live at the Motorhome and Caravan Show.
Yep, it's over to you as you set the posers for the expert Motorhome Matt.
Who's a poser?
Welcome to the Motorhome Matt Podcast. I'm Keith Gooden.
And I'm Motorhome Matt.
Industry insights, expert advice for the world of motorhomes, camper vans and caravans. It's brought to you with thatleisureshop.com and sponsored by Ripe.
It's time for your Q&A. It's your questions and our answers. We're live from the Motorhome Caravan Show here at the NEC. It's October. Sadly, our camera team had to head off halfway through the day, but we'll be fine. We've got a selfie stick, an iPhone, and the willingness to do this. Should we do it?
Get your willingness out now.
I'm joined by Colin and Jill from Sedgley in the West Midlands at the show. You've not come very far this morning, have you?
No. Took us
So
ages.
are you here to buy a motorhome or look at motorhomes? What's the plan?
Look. Yeah.
Thinking of changing?
Yes.
So you've got a motorhome at the moment.
Yes.
What have you got?
We got a Charson 640.
Okay, right. Now, Colin, you've got a question.
Yes. Well, I did a speed awareness course 6 weeks ago. Tut.
What were you caught at?
37 in a 30.
Okay, well, fair enough. Fair cop.
Fair cop.
Yeah.
It was done. Yeah. And when I was doing the course, he says, "Does anybody drive anything else apart from a motor car?" And I said, "I do drive a motorhome." And he says, "I'll come back to you after we've done other stuff."
Yeah.
And he came back and he says, "So you realise that you can, in a single carriageway, in a national, you can only do 50. And I didn't realise that.
On a national speed limit?
On a single carriageway.
Right, okay.
You can only do 50. On a dual carriageway, he said I could only do 50.
50?
50 in a dual carriageway on a national.
And did he ask you how much the motorhome weighed?
No, he just says a motorhome.
Okay.
So,
And what about on a motorway?
He did say I could do 70 on a motorway.
And what does your motorhome, what's the curb weight of your motorhome, do you know?
3.5 tonne.
So gross weight.
Gross weight.
And do you know what the unladen weight is?
It would be a lot less than that.
Yeah. So the reality is
3 tonne.
3 tonnes. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it is less than 3050, you're the same as a car. The gross weight is irrelevant. You could be 3.8 or 4 tonnes. But if your curb weight unladen is 3050, that is what determines speed limits, not the gross weight. So he could be wrong. But the only way to check is to weigh the motorhome unladen. So take everything out and check what that unladen weight is. If it's under 3050, same as a car. If it's over, then you're in the awareness course. Tutor is correct, but I'm afraid he should have checked some more facts before guiding you.
Yeah.
Now, I wish you hadn't have said that, because it's been really lovely driving at 10 miles an hour less than we really need to.
Maybe for you, but not for everyone behind you. No. It's you causing the traffic jam, Jill.
I've always said I don't hold people up.
Well, not anymore.
No.
We're at the big show. The big show. I'm Keith Gooden, and this is Motorhome Matt.
We're here. Are you having a good day?
So far, so good. It's only been open about half an hour. Busy, handing out the bags.
Really busy. So who have we got here?
This is Joy Halsham from Winchester.
Welcome, Joy. How
Thank
are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And what are you here to see today?
I'm here to see whether I can get an upgrade on a motorhome that I already have. I'm just dithering, really, whether to or not, whether the benefits outweigh the cost.
The cost, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your question?
My question is, I have been recently told that it's possible to buy an awning that clips on to a Thule Omnistore wind out awning, and one that is blow up. And because I am on the rather elderly side,
No, you're not.
then it would be helpful to have that to put up.
Okay.
You know a lot about blow-up things, don't you?
Ooh, hello.
Steady, not in public. I've warned you about that before. So yeah, you can. So on the front of your Omnistore, your two-lay awning, that's the pronunciation.
I beg your pardon.
On the front of it
Two-lay.
is a little rail, and you can slide into there a joining strip that will connect a inflatable awning or a pole awning to it. So you can then double the size of the motorhome. So you need to make sure you buy that drive-away strip when you're buying the awning. So it's a long strip with it looks like that. with a flat bit in the middle, and then 2 beads. One goes in the awning, one goes in the sun canopy, the 2-lay bit, and there's metal bits that you join together that are a metre long, and then you inflate the awning, park up, and then where you've put the wheels, the divots in the grass, park there again, and it will connect to the awning. So they're often called a drive-away awning.
A template.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And when you say it's shaped like that, you mean the V sign?
No, not a V sign. It's like a railway track with a strip in the middle. So it's a drive-away strip.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Not a lot of money at all. And then a blow-up awning. There's always a prize if you get it back in the bag.
Right. My question is really, where can I get one of those?
Okay, head down to Hall 12.
Hall 12?
There's lots of awnings down the end there, and also right in Hall 17, there's loads up there too.
12 and 17. That's brilliant, Matt. Thank you very much.
You're
It's
very
answered my
welcome.
question. Thank you.
Have a good show.
Well, Matt, I need to come and speak to you. Last year, you were going to come on a brewery tour at Hawkstone Brewery, where I work.
You're Trevor that works at Hawkstone.
I am, yes.
We promised we would. I'd love to do this.
If you remember, I said your podcast is the perfect length for when I'm cleaning the lines out, the beer lines, every week. And that's when I used to listen, and I used to know the cleaning fluid's done its job now because the podcast is finished.
I'm glad to hear it.
So we need to see you up next year.
Well, Jude was going to treat me for my birthday.
Yeah.
When I say treat me, I mean this is a free treat from you. This is how much I'm loved. And of course this birthday, November, for me, I'll be on my back, recovering from my op next week. But in the new year, I'd love to come and take you up on this really generous offer.
Yeah. You come and do that.
Can we get Jez on the podcast?
He's a busy man.
Of course he's a busy man. He's a Marmite character.
Apparently going to politics now, isn't it?
Is he into politics?
Somebody said that.
Do you know what? He had the same heart issue as I've had.
Yeah.
Although he did have a heart attack, but the same arterial blockage that I've got. Although mine's hereditary, his is probably more rock and roll life than me.
But it's got to be said, when he talks about British farming, that is so 100% genuine.
Absolutely true.
What he has done for bringing awareness of all the problems farmers are facing, it's been tremendous.
Love him or hate him, he's probably done more for British farming than the BBC Countryfile Live have ever done, hasn't he?
I always say, I think Countryfile's has got its niche audience, and those people have understood those problems. What he's done, he's opened up many, many more people's eyes through light entertainment. To make people aware of all these problems farmers are facing.
And he's got us talking about it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Look at us here now. A Motorhome Show talking about farming.
Talking about farming and beer.
Well, I can't think of many things better.
No, well, no. Okay. It's great to see you.
And you, it really is.
I will see you at the brewery, listening to the podcast where you're cleaning your pipes.
Thank you.
I'm joined by Chris and Claire from Seaford in East Sussex, a lovely part of the world. Now, you've been walking the Seven Sisters, listening to me.
Yeah, for a whole... We've gone right back 2 years because we're looking for our first motorhome. So we've thought, right, I'm going to start listening first, learn as much as I can, and it's actually mind-blowing. But
it's mind-blowing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's just so much information. But, you know, you've broken it down, and we feel ready to look at getting our first ones.
So, Claire, what sort of motorhome do you think you're going to buy?
Well, I would like an island bed. We've narrowed it down to an island bed. Something that we can spend a lot of time in the winter in England.
Yeah.
So it's got to be sort of winterised because we're not quite ready for retirement yet. So we'll be using it at the weekends. And well, mainly for me, an island bed. That's what I've narrowed it down to.
Well, that's a really good way of narrowing it down. Is focus on how you want to sleep.
Yeah.
So your question you had was, where do we start at the show? First time at a show. So I would look at everything, try and find the island beds, ignore the screen prices as you start looking, and just look at the layouts. Open and close cupboard doors, open and close bathroom doors, lie on the bed, kick your shoes off, and take a lie down. And on an island bed, if you find that the head bit of it, the pillows bits, are tipped up, lay the bed flat and check there's room around the bottom to get in and out of it.
Yeah.
Because they're always displayed with the head position up, because it gives more room in the motorhome. And you don't know how little there is until the bed's flat. So if one of you's gone to bed and then the other's coming to bed later, you can't shuffle around the bed. You've got to do a Superman dive onto the bed. So make sure you lie them flat when you're looking at them. That would be my first tip about island beds. But look at everything and just wander around and take lots of photos Take photos of the price boards and the spec boards, and take photos inside, and then you can go through at home and go, right, that was that one, and then you can go from there. But have a good day.
That's the other thing that we've noticed is the price difference between second-hand ones and new ones. There isn't a huge gap on a lot of them.
No, and there's lots of 2025 stock with big discounts on, so you're in with it's a good time to buy brand new if it's this year's model. And there are some good deals on 26 too. But the problem is that motorhomes that were 2020, 2021 sold for a premium price. So people want their money back as best they can. And so they are often nearly the same price as a brand new one, because the new ones have come back down in price. So yeah, you're sensible to look at new and used. And it may cost you more to buy brand new, but maybe not as much as you think.
And in the long run,
that's what we noticed yesterday.
Yes, yeah. And that's why. But that is going to flatten off. That eventually those 2020, 2021 models that are coming back into the market, because people have had them for 4 years, now they're trying to sell them, they will sell, and the new prices are now stabilising where they're going to stay, and they're going to slowly go up as we go into the next 4 or 5 years. But yeah, you may find that a brand new one's not going to cost you much more than a 3-4 year old one.
And has the build quality got cheaper to bring the price down, do you feel?
No, I don't think so. Some of them have got more spec and the prices have come down just because supply chain stabilised, and that means prices will be able to come down. And also, people don't want to pay the prices that we were asking as an industry, and they're kind of settling around some 70 something seems to be a start point for a well-built motorhome. Build quality is always a challenge, but it's making sure the dealer you're buying from is close to home. So if you have a problem, you have got to travel for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about, because I did notice briefly that a lot of them are making them for 3.5 tons.
Yeah.
Obviously for the younger generation, whereas obviously having grandfather rights, we can drive bigger vehicles, but is that the trend now, isn't it? Is to
so yeah,
your payload then is less.
Of course, yeah. So you could upplate it,
right?
So you can make it to 3.8 tons. There's a company called SV Tech who we have a flyer for them on the stand here. They're Motorhome Matt approved specialist in doing the weight up plating. So yeah, if you're not sure of the plating, open the bonnet and look underneath, or in the passenger door, right. And in the frame will be its weight. So can you drive over 3.5 ton?
I can.
Yeah. So I would try and get one that's heavier.
Thank you for asking that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I don't know when you pass your test.
That's true.
But no reference to your age. It was a long paper round, perhaps. I know it was sure. If you can go heavier, it's worth considering.
Yeah.
Because then you get a bigger payload. Yeah.
It's the Motorhome Matt Podcast with me, Keith Gooden.
And me, Motorhome Matt.
It's brought to you with atleisureShop.com and sponsored by Ripe. That's our Q&A from the NEC. It's so many letters. Okay. And with us is Brian from Ayrshire, who has got a question about tyres, Matt. I'll leave you to it.
Go on, Brian. What's your question?
So we're just about to buy a motorhome. We've got it in order, and we've got a choice of tyres. We can either go with regular tyres, or we can go with all-terrain tyres, or we could possibly go with something in between, like all-season tyres.
Okay.
What are the trade-offs that we make? Because I kind of feel that everything I've read says when you're in an all-terrain tyre, you're going to have poor economy for most driving. But I reckon the first time I'm stuck in a muddy field, I'll wish I had them.
Yes, yeah, true. They're not that great in a muddy field, I'll be honest.
Right.
I've got all-terrain tyres on our Adria Twin, and they look very cool with our Rogue alloys.
Right.
But we still can get stuck in mud. Once that tread fills with mud, that's it. They're just like a normal tyre.
Right.
I'd say, when are you using the van? Are you using it all year or just in the summer?
So we reckon that we're going to do stuff, not all year, but an extended season. And some of it will be hard standing, and some of it hopefully will be at the kind of places like, the Shuttleworth Collection flying days, where they've got a big grass pitch that might get wet.
And are you using it abroad?
No, probably.
Okay, so I would say don't go. There's no need to go for a 3-peak tyre.
Right.
So it's something that needs to be used in the snow. I would consider definitely a camping spec tyre.
Yep.
So if you're going to go for a road tyre, a Continental or a Gillis or a Michelin camping tyre, and they have CP rating, so the sidewalls are stronger. It's a different tread pattern for all year use.
Okay.
And the sidewalls being stronger is important because the van's going to sit still for long periods of time.
Sure.
And it's always going to be at weight. It's not like a van that gets emptied every night and then reloaded in the morning, so the weight goes up and down. The motorhome's always going to be the same weight.
Okay.
So I would say a camping spec tyre, or consider an all-terrain tyre. I've not found any more road noise. If there is any less fuel economy, I've not noticed. I'm not really doing enough miles to worry about it, and I don't think you will either.
So the all-terrain tyre is, forget the penalty of the economy.
I don't think it's worth worrying about. No, I don't. Of all the things you're going to spend money on, that's the least one to worry about.
Okay, but in the case of the muddy tyre, it's probably not going to make a huge difference.
But it will make a difference. I mean, I know people that have both sets of tyres. I've kept our old tyres, so I can put those back on if I'm doing a big road trip to Italy, as we hope to do next year. I don't need all-terrain tyres. I'm going to put the road tyres back on.
Right.
So I guarantee better fuel efficiency and potential of less road noise, but I've not experienced any more. Okay. I would say consider the road tyres, but go for a camping spec if it's on offer. Okay. And if you think all-terrain look cool, go for that. I'm joined by Mel from Ripe. Hiya, Mel.
Hi.
It's great to have you on our stand. We're here at the big show, the Motorhome Caravan Show at the NEC. Mel, I've had lots of people coming up to me throughout this week and constantly saying they've tried to get cover with you because of the great PR we've been doing together, and they get turned down. Can you tell me the top 3 reasons why this might be?
Yeah, there's a number of reasons. Some things are very simple. It could be that the details that you're providing us with do not match what we're seeing on the databases. So, for example, we do checks with the DVLA. For example, if you give us some information and that is not correct, such as claims, so we also check the claims underwriting exchange. If it doesn't match, then it will say that we can't offer you cover. So, like you said last time, make sure all your ducks are in a row before you get a quote, and then you will be fine.
So if there's a discrepancy between the address on your driver's license and the address on the database that you check, that might mean you have to turn people down.
It can be something as simple as that. Yeah. So it's not that we're turning you down, it may be that you just get a message saying it doesn't match.
Yeah.
And you need to put the right information in.
With you. Now, people often say they failed a credit check. You're not actually doing a credit check, are you? You're just using the credit reference agencies to corroborate who people are.
Correct, yeah. So it's not that we're checking if you've got a good credit score or anything like that, exactly. It's the whole risk that we're looking at. And so we're making sure that what we're going to be offering you suits you and us.
So claims history, get your details all lined up and correct. And the other one is asset value.
Yes, so asset value, we cover up to £120,000 for a vehicle. If it is over that, unfortunately, at the moment, there's nothing we can do.
No, so a gentleman here with me today, his vehicle was £112,000. You couldn't insure him originally because it was 100k, and then I announced that you'd raised it. Yeah. He rang you again, and he's now insured with Ripe.
Fantastic.
So, Mel, thank you.
Thank you.
So here we are at the big show. It's a Friday. I'm Keith Gooden and this is Motorhome Matt.
Here we are, holding a camera. You hold the mic, I got the camera.
Yeah, our camera crew's decided to take the day off. And so if it's a bit shaky, don't worry. A Motorhome Matt Podcast brought to you with that leisure shop and sponsored by Ripe. And joining us here on the stand at the big show at the NEC is...
Nigel Green.
And Nigel, where are you from?
I'm from Ireland, Southern Ireland.
Nice one. Whereabouts is Southern Ireland?
Wexford. So think Pembroke and go straight across about 70 miles.
We're quite
beautiful part of the world.
We're quite popular in Ireland.
We are, yeah. There's lots of people here from Southern Ireland. Have you been to see Cara and Aoife?
I have visited them.
Yeah, they're here. They're here at the show.
Yeah.
So go and say hello.
Yeah,
they're on the Carthago stand.
Yeah. Well, I just bought a Carthago, so I probably won't say them because I didn't buy it from them.
That's all right. They'll look after it for you. Yeah. So you've just bought a used motorhome, you were telling me.
Yeah, so as I said, we've been looking for about 2 years, lurking on various websites and so on, but I've been following the podcast for that 2 years. And I reckon that probably 60-70% of our decision-making information all came from the podcast. It's absolutely brilliant.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. I'm glad you listened.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thanks
well,
for
good luck
taking
with the
the
new van. So what have you bought?
Liner for 2.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so I went against everything you said and went straight in, For a line or for two.
Okay.
First van.
First van.
Was it really your first van? Because you said you've been lurking for 2 years.
No, I've been lurking, looking at it, but that's the first van we've ever owned.
That's a very nice first motorhome, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm still aspiring for one.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're selling it, let me know.
Yeah. Well, I'll get you to broker it for me.
Okay, happily.
We don't want to pry it too much, but it's a second-hand one. Yeah?
Absolutely, 5 years old.
Yeah. You're happy with the price you paid? Because we're talking a lot about the market in the podcast and the way prices are varying. How did you find the buying process and what you had to pay?
I think prices are definitely. I think the dealers are challenged at the moment, would be the way I would put it. There is very definitely softening in that market. I bought for a reasonable discount off what the dealer was looking for.
Yeah, I can imagine you did.
And we were looking at a few, and some of them are discounting quite quickly.
Yeah.
Time of the year as well, people got a lot of money sunk in what they have on their lots, so...
Yeah, and it depends on that dealership and how much cash they got tied up in that stock. So it's very circumstantial. So it sounds like you timed it well.
But we were cash buyers. I'm lucky enough to just be retiring, so I was able to take out some money, and that's how it's being funded.
Well, next time you're on the mainland in it, come and visit.
Will do. I was actually born in Bristol.
Were you?
Yeah.
Homeborn as well?
I was homeborn. Yeah. I lived in Yatton and went to school in Weston.
Oh my goodness, down the road from us.
But you left.
Yeah, but he left.
But I left 50 years ago.
Found a much nicer place to live.
Just interested in the buying process in Southern Ireland, your experience. Do you think it's different from buying in the UK?
So what we bought probably will not go back into Southern Ireland. If I take that van back into Ireland, I can add effectively 50% again in duty, VRT, VAT.
So you've registered it in the UK?
So it'll be registered in the UK.
Yeah.
It'll be it's going on to a Casoa lot in the UK, and so on and so on.
Right.
Luckily enough, I'm retiring, so I'll probably base myself out of the UK.
So how do you insure it then if you're living in Southern Ireland?
I'll be living here. I'm going to move over here. I'm lucky enough to have daughters that live over here, relatively close to a Casoa site, so it's all kind of fallen into place.
Yeah. Back to Bristol?
No, Manchester.
So Keith, we're here with Gary from London. Hello. This is Gary from London. How are you doing?
Gary. Morning. Good, thank you. Good.
Now, Gary, you've got a question about upplating.
I have. I've got a 3.5 ton MAN TGE, and I've spoken to one of your warranty solution companies.
Yeah, Warranty Solutions Group.
And I've asked them, can I upplate my van? Which I've gone through the process of saying it can be done. They've told me that if I do upplate it to over 3.5, then I can't get a warranty on it.
Okay, who told you that?
One of the operators at Warranty Solutions Group.
Interesting, okay, right. So you can warranty it with them. You change the product from Freedom 3 to Freedom 2. I think the issue is probably this is brand new for Warranty Solutions Group to be in this market, and some of the newer team are not yet fully briefed on the product. So they only launched into motorhomes with these new products this summer. So I'm going to feed this back to them and make sure they educate the whole team that they can. They'll warranty a motorhome up to 7.5 tons, but it's about choosing the right product. So you can. So go back to them and you will be able to get a warranty with them if you upplate.
Perfect.
Okay. Now I happen to know you won your motorhome.
I did win my motorhome.
This is amazing. What did you win?
MAN TGE 4-wheel drive. It cost me £10.15 total.
This is incredible. And who did you win it with?
UKCC, and they have been absolutely amazing.
Well.
Super van, really made up. Dream come true for us, and they made the whole process unbelievable.
£10.50 and a ticket for here, and that's it. It's set up for life.
And I'm in.
You are in. You entered loads of times. You haven't won anything, have you?
Not want to be.
So that maybe these competitions are worth entering.
They are. They're real. There's a lot of sceptics.
Yeah, well,
but they are real.
Congratulations, Gary.
So that's what you asked, that's what you had to say, and that's what Motorhome Matt, for he is the expert, laid upon you at the NEC show.
I didn't lay upon anyone. Do you mind?
Our special questions and answers episode from the big show.
Yeah, thank you to everyone that asked the question and was prepared to let us record you do it. It was great fun, wasn't it? I think we said we would do more of this type of episode.
Yes.
Perhaps less chaotically.
Maybe not more of this type of episode.
But questions and answers. So an episode, just your Q&A. They really are the gold. So many people this week has been coming up to both of us, haven't they? And saying how useful the content has been.
Yeah.
I just spoke to a couple then. They've whittled down from 9 to 2 motorhomes and are going to make a decision tonight on which one they're buying tomorrow. So this is exciting. And they said the podcast had helped them make that decision. So the Q&A was really valuable to them. So let's do that once a month. Let's do a Q&A session, an episode from the studio in a more controlled environment. So I'm really excited to be doing that. So if you've got a question, we would love to have it because they are so valuable. You can record it at mhmp.info/askmatt. You know the drill. Press the orange button and record it. Tell us where you are or fill in the form and we'll read it for you.
And one last word, thanks to everybody who came to the stand at the big show at the NEC and said hi and bye and bought stuff from that leisure shop.
Yes, indeed.
And also,
thank you.
Everybody said how much they enjoyed the podcast. I've not had one person coming up to me and saying how much they hated it, which is great, isn't it?
I had a few people say you were silly.
Well, I am silly.
Where's Kevin? That joke will not go away. And gaffer tape, that's the new one. Is it gaffer or gaffer?
And upside down pineapples. But less said about that, the better. So from the big show 2025, we'll see you in 26.
Yeah, look forward to it.